All right. We're recording. We're recording right now. This is I'm good on my phone, getting ready for work. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for asking. Appreciate it. Alexa, show me the front door.
Okay.
Sorry, I got an alert that somebody's crossing in front of my door. I'm not expecting anyone, so probably a cat because I don't see anything. Alexa, dismiss. Oops. All right. Yeah, I'm doing all right. You're working this late, or are you in like Asia? Because we got a lot of members from Asia. Oh, you're getting ready for where you can probably not type, so did not answer. Or you probably work at night. Just waiting for people to join. Gotta give them some time. Well, since it's a recording, I guess I can start. It's just what I hate is people joining late and then asking what questions about what I just talked about. So let's go to the weekly chart on ES. We um we potentially have on our hands the first red week after massive 4 weeks of gains. I been talking about a pullback on the markets from lower levels than we are right now, right? But we're just trying to play the seasonality because usually we have December to be a strong month for the market. So we try to, if we think that there's gonna be usually a Santa rally, um, probably a drop before Santa rally will benefit the market. So usually that's about an hour. I mean, I'm sorry, an hour. 1 week before Christmas, the last week of December and the first week of January. That's what they call that period, Santa rally. So I favor a dip before a rally, but I've been like I said, I've been favoring for a while. So we're just gonna look at some key stuff where we at. What have we rejected on the daily? If we consider that important, and if we can start turning around from there. So right now we have a possible weekly profile, and let me try the image, find the image for you because this is for ICT traders, but I don't think you don't need to trade really our ICT only, right? For the weekly profiles, but let me see, open link. All right, you guys see in this page? Probably the recording is not. It's gonna be a little bit blurry because if it's even blurry for me, right? But we're talking about a Wednesday type of weekly high. So something like this, right? Which is Wednesday high of the week, where we have a kind of like a candle that will keep the price lower by the end of the session. But um, let me see. It's super blurry. Yeah, it doesn't let me. I can't even read this thing. But anyway, if you can see this, Monday's being a. Let's not compare it to the charts, right? On the daily. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Monday. I'm sorry. Where's that page? Yeah, Monday being, I guess, not going for up that much. Tuesday low, higher the week on Wednesday, and then the rest of the week dropping, breaking the Tuesday lows. All right, so I'm trying to find really the what does it say on the on the writing, but it's very blurry, right? So that's the whole general idea, and that's what we have in our hands. I'm not trying to see if we get that weekly profile like that, right? Just like we're mentioning like this. So there's a possibility that we could push higher for a then drop later. So we do have, let me see the economic data for tomorrow. We have for tomorrow initial jobless claims, PCE, and that's it. Pending home sales, PMI from Chicago Business Barometer, whatever it's called, and Fed President Williams speaks. Now, we've seen for a while that the market really, we've been having a lot of Fed speakers every day and about all this stuff, right? But the market didn't react until the last two sessions. I think the market's eager for a catalyst for the next move. So whatever the Fed speakers say, sweet talk the market or stuff like that is kind of having a sensitive reaction to the market. So we got that. We have one Fed speaker for tomorrow. I don't know if that's important, but we'll keep it in mind, right? We'll keep it in mind since it's early in the morning. It's actually before the market opens. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's before the market opens. 9:05. So yeah, let's go down to the daily. Let's see where we at. Let's see what we rejected, right? So let's look left for a little bit. And I have concluded that this area was going to be important, this level, for today's session. It's basically an ordered block. Is that what you call it? But I guess the resistance came up to be even up to this high. So I was a little bit wrong to think that this could be the high of the day. It was actually a tiny bit higher, you know. What I should have done is put an area, but we're meeting this high as an equal high in relation to this, and this is very close to this one, this high as well, the low, the low of the day right here, and the high of the day right here. So we have a lot of confluence off of this level, and we know it's important, right? So we have it rejected already. That's key. That's key to know. We are looking for what's the next possibility since we missed that short entry right there. So like I say, I'm waiting to see if we take out, like I say, the prior day low or something like that for a short trigger, so we can have a 2 up 2 down strike reversal. Since we are extended from the daily 20, maybe a drop, maybe not so big of a drop, but maybe a drop, 2 sessions or something like that will meet us at daily 20. So I don't want to get too bearish, but that's what we see, right? A clear rejection off of this level. And we need to see if the candle tops out around this high right here, the next daily candle. If it stays under this high, will be perfect for the short continuation right here to the downside. So that's what we have. I think that's how we can conclude from. The weekly retracements are gonna be anchored from all the way from year to year. So they're not usable. They're not useful for us because they're too far away. They're too far away from or day trade perspective for the next couple of days, right? I try to look at the market for the next couple of days, not so far ahead. If I anchor the daily from year to year, the recent move higher, we have the 32 retracement aligning with the candle low, so that will be the daily 20 if we start dropping. So I'm gonna try to see if this level gets hit in the future. Any upside levels we'll still look at this resistance, the same resistance that we have right here, and the next up is gonna be this one right here, which is not that very far, Okay, this one right here, 4610, right here, and next one will be the top of this candle right here, which is also a fair value gap on the daily. This fills a fair value gap right here. So that will be the next resistance that we'll look for once we break this highs right here. That will be the next. And for the pullbacks, breaking this low doesn't breaking a low that day doesn't guarantee a short. We've seen it right here. It broke the low. This one it did break the low and it activated a good short. But other than that, there has not been like this one and that one were not lows of the day broken, right? Like it broke, but it didn't have any continuation. It actually dipped back up, went back up. So it's not a good indication so far. But I like to say that after this rejection, it's very possible that we can have a finally a pullback into the market. Now this is in combination with what I'm seeing on big tech. Big tech. I don't know if you guys noticed, but today we had out the bat stuff. The big tech was very bearish. You know, Microsoft had a pretty red candle that engulfed the prior candle action right here. Meta had a drop almost to the daily 20. Google had a drop almost to the daily 20. Believe Tesla, no, Apple drop as well. A little bit, not that much. Looks like a pretty red candle. It wasn't that big of a drop. And then Tesla. Tesla didn't necessarily drop a lot, and it still has a fair value gap to fill all the way over here. So maybe next session it will drop to here, and then possible bounce. So with that in mind, let's not get too eager to the downside, because dropping into the daily 20, it only means mean reversion, right? Something like this, mean reversion, go back up. It didn't get into mean reversion until right now on Meta. On Microsoft, it's too far away still from it. Google is right on it. So we can definitely see a candle that drops then tomorrow a little bit and then goes back up. Boom. Okay. So we keep that in mind. We keep that in mind to not be overly bearish on this market. I have the thesis on the Nasdaq that we were gonna hit a 52-week high on it. You know, this is a 52-week high, so I was aiming for this session to be a poke of the 52-week high, and in fact, it kind of happened. It kind of happened. I mean, it didn't happen on the futures chart, but you can see it on QQQ. QQQ did break that 52-week high by a lot. Long time ago. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not the 52-week high. Yeah. A while ago. So it's probably a discrepancy on the contracts rollovers. And I have the contracts adjusted to the contract price. And this one, like I said, this one made a new 52-week high and rejected. So that's pretty bearish in itself. It's about mean reversion. We have a gap to fill right here. So there's a lot of information that's telling me that tomorrow we should short the break of the low of the day for a 2 down 2 up into the daily 20. I can see it happening. I can see it happening. Don't quote me on that. All right, so that's the outlook. I don't think there's any questions, anything to say about that. If not, let me move on. Let's find some setups actually. Let's do a little bit of homework. Who's excited for some homework? Some trades for tomorrow. We'll look at the scanner and see if we can find anything for ourselves. We'll look at the daily news bullish and try to see if we can find something that resembles something that has good options on it. So we're gonna try to see ADM, Dow, HD, MO, and that's it. All right. So it's gonna be pretty fast because I don't think we can conclude a lot of it from it. So inside candle underneath the daily 20. This looks like a short. It's a low beta name, so I wouldn't get too excited. I'm not gonna play ADM. Dow. Dow, I like it. This is a base about the daily 20. You know, after a trend down, it's changing directions right here. Can't see screen most of the time. Man, I don't know why I'm having a lot of trouble with Discord. I don't know why it's always gets blurry, guys. I am recording it, so I'm recording it and I'll share the recording, but I don't know why I have trouble with Discord all the time. It says here I'm streaming 60 FPS and 1080p. It's like looking at Japanese porn. Okay, try to follow me with your own charts. Go to your charts, whatever you use, TradingView, whatever, open up and plug in the daily 20 EMA and the daily 50 EMA. And I'll walk you through. All right, down does look like it's making a base about the daily 20. Let me look at the weekly real quick. Weekly doesn't look that great, but this is gonna be a potential swing on Dow. 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 DOW is gonna be a potential swing. I'm gonna put a pin on it because there's a ton of rejections in the same area, but I think it's just been coiling it up right here. I'm gonna put an alert about that area. I'm gonna look to day trade it or swing it. So an alert above 52. 52, guys. DOW. That'll be the alert for the trade, and then let's head over to HD. Let's open up HD. All right, we have an inside candle. It is on the bullish scanner, but it's only because it's been going up on a trend. Now this inside candle is on an option overextended from the daily 20, so I will put the alert on both streams, and in fact I think is gonna trigger a short. I think it's gonna trigger a short. We'll put the alerts on above and below the daily candle on HD. But if we do end up dropping, there's some fib retracements that we could aim to. So you're gonna look at the candle from the day from 11:21 and anchor your fib retracement tool from starting from the lows of 11:21 up to the highs of 11:28. Then you're gonna get your favorite retracements. I'll take a picture of it and put it on chat. Oops. Right here. There's a potential trade right there. You know, even if it only drops up to the 50% retracement, there's some money to be made right there, if not into the 618. So I like this setup. I like this setup. Let's move over to the next one. We're gonna go towards, what was the next one? MO. There's no setup right there. No setup. I mean, clear resistance might drop from here. No setup. Let's look at KHC. It's a double inside candle. It's a very low beta mover, guys. I don't even know if the options are good on this thing. Let me check my option chain. Well, the spread is not too bad. No, we're gonna skip it. All right. All right, we're gonna look at some two down, two up. start reversals. And first one's gonna be WM, Waste Management. Baby, we found a setup. We found it. We found it. This is a daily 20 MA tag. I like this one. 2 down, 2 up. Break of the prior day highs. We'll take it up to this candle high. A favorite retracement tool from this high right here to this high gives us room. And I like that it's a $100+ stock. And I know the options move fairly well on this. The reason is because people don't look at this stuff. So the options that have very low implied volatility, they're cheap. And you get a big candle move, you're in for a treat. Okay? So this is a 2 down, 2 up start reversal with a tag with daily 20. And gotta think about if you think that the market may be bearish on the next session, if that's your assessment, maybe you get a bullish move out of some staple stocks, right? This is part of staples, consumer staples. Or I think it's utilities, right? Either or is one of them. The next 2 down, 2 up. I'm actually gonna put on, remember the Waste Management. I'm just trying to put it on the VIP so I don't forget about it. LLY is on the scanner. It's not good. Not a good setup right there. Too much shopping this range. Nothing to do there. What about our boy GME? I think the meme stocks may be in play. I don't know. GME is giving me flashbacks of meme stocks this season. Let's look at the bear scanner because I don't have anything more for the bullish one. Unless somebody finds something. Oh, another one that's not on the scanner, but I like it a lot, guys. J&J. J&J has a base above the daily 20. Multiple tests of it. It's holding very well. We have a 2 down, 2 up start reversal trigger, which it's going to fulfill in one tick up. Doesn't have a lot of room, but we could head at least towards the daily 50 MA. And if we take a favorite retracement tool of the last leg lower on the daily, we'll find ourselves with a possible test of the 618. So J&J is another one of the setups that I want to take for a day trade tomorrow. I'm liking this consolidation. We already played once on this candle. We made some money on this candle. We're gonna play it again. Let me post that picture in chat. So you got a day trade right there, guys. We're gonna trade this tomorrow live on Voice on the VIP for anybody that wanna join. What else? Oh yeah, let's look at the scanner. The bearish one doesn't have really inside candles. Okay, I may take this one. EOG resources. I don't know how the options are on this one. Rejection of the daily 20. Trend down. We'll see continuation. We have our targets right here and right here. We'll probably take this one tomorrow. It's an intake candle, but it doesn't have a lot of room from in between the two candles. I like that it's kind of like WM, right? Cheap. 100 and something plus stock. Low ball. Because let's say if we aim for 121, we could get they're expensive actually. 121 puts. Let's see, we'll judge it tomorrow. I don't like that the options seem a little bit expensive on something that shouldn't be. What else is here? AMD has a hammer shooter. Okay. I kind of want to see something like this right here. We could probably short this tomorrow. We have a gap. We have a shooting star on the daily. We have a shooting star on the daily. We have a gap to fill, and we're overextended from the daily 20. We're gonna look for AMD short if it breaks the prior day low. If we open at a gap fill right here at the highs of this candle, it's a no-go for the short. And could possibly a long. Okay, there's a chart. We posted on MemberDD. All right, so for NVIDIA, we actually played that today to the long side and it worked twice. It worked twice. We worked twice and we're looking to see if tomorrow we have another test of the daily 20. We had a test before right here. It could make a double bottom right here at the daily 20 and then go back up. So we'll look that to see if it plays out. Okay. Let me post the chart. Oops. Oopsie doo. And it's also a Thursday, so contracts gonna be cheaper. A little more money to be made. Let me see it. There's a picture on chat. We're gonna see if we can test the daily 20 again. I'm gonna place an alert at or below near this low right here. You guys got any suggestions, any stocks that you want me to look at? Airbnb. Airbnb is actually an inside candle. It has a lot of consolidation right here. There's a clear resistance right here at this highs. Pretty big if you ask me. I know it's had multiple breaks on it. You could argue it's using this trend line to hold the price down. But being a consolidation above the daily 20 is bullish in itself. My God, I don't use shapes and forms, but it's compressing, okay? That compression will get to an end, either goes up or down. My assessment is that it's gonna break to the upside since it's about basing above the daily EMAs. You know, it broke to the downtrend on this move. It's been consolidating, maybe accumulating, and then it'll have some distribution going higher. We also have a gap on the daily between these two daily candles. So that could be the first order of business. Tagging the top end of the gap fill right here. I mean, sorry, the bottom end, and then going for the top end later. I always use the peak of the resistance, the consolidation area for resistance if we get a break. But I think so. I think it'll get a break. I'm gonna put it on watch. Looks interesting. I don't know if it's ready. I don't have like oh, it's set up for the next day to do this or to do that. Honestly, it doesn't have anything that resembles something. But if it continues to trade sideways, I'm gonna place an alert right here. Continues to trade sideways, I think it'll break to the upside. Thank you for that one. You haven't had time to trade watch? Man, it sucks. Trading is the best thing in the world. Thank you for breakdown. We shall see. Are you long or short? People don't ask me about future plays. People ask me always about plays that are already in. I know how it is. You probably cannot see the chart. I'm posting it right here. I'm even thinking about joining a long market next week's 131 calls for $1.05. Any other suggestion? Is that it, guys? Then I think we finish early. There's gotta be something else out there. Something I'm not seeing. APPL or AAPL? I think you mean an AAPL, no? Yeah. No, no worries. I figure that's what you were saying. Because we don't trade, and I think it's, yeah, non-transferable security, so not it, delisted. There's an outside candle. I don't necessarily know how to play outside candles, but I know that if we break this low, we can head towards the this other level right here, 187.3. And then, I mean, it doesn't take much to drop into a daily 20. So maybe it's a good short. So you're looking at daily high, lows, and gaps for setups. It depends, right? Like if a gap is near, and there's a setup that it goes with the direction of the gap, then you look for the gap to be a possible target. Not because it has a gap, you will aim for the gap and that's it. So you have a setup that goes in direction for the gap, and then boop, then you place that gap as a target. Um, you start with the beginning of the gap as your first resistance, because whenever you encounter a gap the first time that you start the first touch of it, you may reject and then go for another try later on. But if you learn from before, that's probably where you want to take profits. And if it starts filling the gap, you go for 50% of the gap. And if it goes above the 50%, you go for a full gap fill all the way to where the gap fills. Okay. No problem. Join us in the VIP, learn more. uh, yeah, I'm gonna look at the setup for tomorrow, Apple. Outside candle. All right. Meta, I'm interested. Look, which went short Meta on the green day, and then I tried calls today. It didn't work, and then I got out the puts at break even, and I took the L on the calls. The Meta chart is very interesting because this setup right here, what you see on the weekly, calls for further pushback down, even for next week. The mean reversion on the weekly is up to the weekly 20 MA, and if you take a fib retracement of the last lick higher for the weekly, you already broke the prior weekly lows. So you're looking at a possible pullback into either the 32 retracement at the minimum. The only issue will be that there is a breakout high right here and another breakout high right here. That could be supports, resistances, which is this one right here. This one right here. So I understand that if it dropped to test the area, that it may go up from here. The only issue with this will be that it looks like he already came back down and tested, even lower, went and tested this high and then bounced. So it's going for a second time. And looking at the weekly, this is the first weekly that takes out a prior weekly low. So I'm thinking that we may drop into the 32 retracement. That is around 320, 318. I think if it breaks this high, it'll flush faster. And whenever we had that green, to me this setup was very clear when it was coming down right here, because this candle is the one that broke the prior weekly candle. No, I'm sorry, this candle breaking the low right here broke the prior weekly candle low. Wait, did it? This is Wednesday, Tuesday, Friday. I'm sorry, Monday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Okay. Oh, we had a short week last week. I'm sorry. So it makes sense. All right, guys. I think that's it. Unless you guys got another suggestion. That's all the setups that we're looking at. I'm liking them. So we got on the list WM, Waste Management for the long, J&J for the long, AMD for a possible short, NVIDIA for a possible short scalp into a long, Airbnb into a wait and see. That one's still consolidating, but I think it'll go to the long side. And then Apple, possible short trade, outside candle. Meta, a weekly setup. That's all the list. What do you think of IWM? So double top. I don't see the bull flag. Consolidation area that broke out and fell. Whenever you have a look above and fail, you most likely go to whenever you see a consolidation area, you go towards the consolidation area lows, meaning this area right here. So it's a possibility that it drops into this level, back into range. This ended up being a swing high, so it makes sense that it's bottoming around this area. But so far right here, it does look like a double top, look above and fail. Now, whenever you have a wick, mark the 50%. 50% is this. We're gonna edit it. I'll show you the chart because in case it's blurry. 50% wick. And I'm gonna place an alert above it, because if we clear 50% of the wick, we're most likely gonna go even higher. But so far, the daily setup does look like it could go back into range for at least a daily candle, right? And then see if it bounces off again or not. All right, guys. Any more suggestions? Is that it? Then that's it for me, guys. I'll see you guys till next time. I appreciate you guys being here and consider joining the VIP. We're growing a small community over there. We're a small number of people, but we have fun. We trade the open. If you're a guy that only trades the open, that's what we are. All right. Take care, everyone. See you until the next time. Bye bye.